Roll 5.
Roll 5. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Retro Dogfight, a podcast where old guys talk about old flight sims. I am your co-host, Brian, and joining me, as always, is your co-host, Chase.
Yo!
Your co-host, Teddy.
Hello.
And friends, we are continuing the MicroProse love train today with some of their earliest hits. Today we're
sure today is going to be a love train, Brian.
We're talking golden shower of hits.
It's going to be mixed, I feel. Today we're talking F-15 Strike Eagle, the original Gunship, and Project Stealth Fighter. So let's start with F-15 Strike Eagle. If you're unaware, F-15 Strike Eagle is a flight sim about the F-15 Strike Eagle, and you have it comes with 7 missions based on real world combat, apparently, and you dogfight and bomb things. That's basically F-15. So I only played this a little bit back in the day, and I hated it. What about you guys?
I got it from alternative sources on my Commodore 64. Let me just tell you that you can't play it on a black and white TV, and without instructions. So
you didn't.
I remember sitting in my room, booting it up, looking at this big wireframe mess, randomly pressing things, and going, "Okay, yeah, I think I'll go play something else."
Yeah. Danny, what about you?
Yeah. So it came out about the time I was moving on to the Amiga. And there's an Atari ST version, but they never brought it out for the Amiga. Yeah. So I never played this one back in the day.
I was looking
I had to sell my 64 to afford the hottest new.
Right.
Computer.
I was looking at the screenshots on Moby Games, and it looks like the Atari ST version's the one to play, at least graphically. That looked like the nicest version.
Yeah.
I played both the Commodore and DOS versions because the DOS version, I couldn't get things to work on the DOS version, so I played the Commodore version. Let me just start off by saying this. I was writing something somewhere about F-15 Strike Eagle, and my phone auto-corrected it to F-15 Stroke Eagle, and I feel that's appropriate.
There you go. Yeah.
I feel that's appropriate because, my God, this game is, I mean, to come from the elegance and simplicity of, say, Hellcat Ace to whatever this was really jarring. I mean, I kind of get they were trying to do everything with what little they had in 1984, but oh God, it was so hard to play it. It was so hard to play it.
I feel like this may have been the year that the people who later became huge DCS fans were born. Because, I will say, when you look at the sophistication of the MicroProse sims that came before this, which are like, oh, we know it's a sky because it's green at the bottom and blue at the top, and there's a moon that you see when you rotate. Like, this thing had a HUD, it had a map, it had a radar, it had a weapons display.
Yeah, it's
like it started packing in features. So we have to credit this as the first game to sacrifice gameplay completely for realism.
And I'm kind of not being a DCS guy or anything, but I don't know. I'm kind of the opposite. I thought the MiG alleys or the A series, it was hot garbage. To me, those were basically just upscaled Atari 2600 games. I mean, you had Horizon, you had a single sprite drifting around the screen. This is actually a beginning of a sim. You had to select your missiles.
Yeah.
Different kind, medium or short missiles or bombs. You had some switchology. I could see where Denny mentioned at the beginning where the sacrificing gameplay because you're pretty much just drifting around out there. But this is kind of the beginning of it, so I'm not gonna trash on it for that. They squeezed a lot out.
No, fair.
Out of the system.
I just feel it wasn't well documented or organized. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I read the manual 2 or 3 times and I still was very confused. I did not.
And,
Think
and to be
clunky.
fair, to be fair, I'm being snarky.
Yeah.
The fact that they pulled off all of that on a machine that had about 40K of usable memory
yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
And they did it in 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is just that the hardware, 8-bit hardware, was not sophisticated enough to pull off a sim of this level.
Yeah.
The ST version, at least was playable, and if you crashed, you didn't have to flip the floppy over and wait another 3 minutes for the 1541 to reload the sim.
Oh, man.
It was amazing what they pulled off as a technical demonstration, and as the sim that set the roadmap for what flight sims looked like for the next 15-20 years.
It's very
amazing.
True. That's very true.
I just felt like trying to play the C64 version that the hardware just couldn't
do it.
Make it interesting and good enough for me to have the patience to fly it.
No, I think you're right. I think because I had such a tough time playing it, but you're right. It is like, here's the potential of what will come from this. You're absolutely right about that. And you guys are right. Basically a technical marvel this game is for its time. Like, my God, 1984, and they had a moving map where you were moving on the map, and you could use your cursor keys to set a waypoint, which was kind of hilarious. Friends, if you haven't played this, when you set a waypoint on the map, you don't get a little dot in your HUD like a lot of more modern games. It rotates between NAV on your HUD, and you have to turn to where it's saying NAV, which I don't know why I found that funny, but I found it very funny. But you guys are absolutely right that as a technical achievement, this game is kind of unmatched. You're absolutely right in that regard. But as a game,
I mean, I would give it some slack even there. I mean, this is coming from someone who started out on a Commodore 64 with games like Radar Rat Race and Jumpman and things like that, and then it's from these little arcadey kind of things to something like this. I probably, even if I had the manual back then, I probably wouldn't have liked it because it was so slow
and clunky. It's clunky.
Yeah, clunky. Very clunky. Just wait until we review Gunship on the 64. Oh my God! But
I can't wait.
It's just boy, I played that and I was just like, I just can't. I mean, I can't get any enthusiasm over it, over this game. But I can say, you know what? This is where it started with it being simulation. Right.
No, I think you're right.
Before this, we had steering around trying to shoot at a sprite on the screen. But this is where it started, and I'll give it that. I don't want to go back. I didn't enjoy going back and playing it.
No,
I don't think anybody really should, unless they're simologists like the rest of us.
Weirdos like us.
Yeah, but just being able to press different keys and have different things happen added. Here we go. Here we go. This is the beginning of the 60-page long keyboard command sheet.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I can't imagine wanting to sit through the campaign at this point in time with everything that we've played. But I will say that if you have if you're set up to look at retro software anyway, and if you're listening to this, you might be, it's worth taking a look at just to see like the Tigris and Euphrates of flight sims. This kind of launched it.
The flight sim, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the Epic of Gilgamesh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of it from that angle, but you guys are. That's why I'm glad you're here. I didn't think of it from that angle, but from a birth, kind of a birth of the genre. This is, you guys are absolutely right. This needs to be heralded as the start of something new and better. Yeah. So I guess we have to
see. You were going to crap all over it, Brian.
I was.
Jeez.
Well, it's
respect your elders, man.
It was hard to play. I was only able to do one successful bombing run, which actually felt kind of good because that was after like 6 attempts. But it's just.
But that's how we played back then.
Yeah,
that's how we played games, and we just kept banging our heads against the wall until we finally, just the arcade kind of.
Because we had 3 games, and you're going to play it for 8 months, and you better just keep banging your head against it.
You better enjoy the crap out of it. Go outside.
Go touch grass.
Go outside.
But yeah, no, you're right. As a technical achievement for the genre as a whole, yeah, this deserves a lot more credit than I was ready to give it. You guys are absolutely right in that regard. But.
And I'll say, not looking at it through the glasses of 2025, when I looked up the details on this thing sold 1.5 million units.
What?
And as of 1987,
it was
well, by the time it was done. But in 1987, it was the MicroProse's best-selling game on the Commodore.
Oh my God!
So it was okay. Obviously, people recognized that this was something different.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Interesting.
I had no idea.
It was MicroProse's big. So if you think about it, what else was there? I mean, there was Pirates. There was the Silent Service games, which are pretty niche. I love those games. I love Silent Service. That was another alternatively acquired piece of software I got, and I did not have the manual, and I still figured that one out.
I've been playing Silent Service 2 a lot on my tablet. It's a delight. It's an absolute delight.
But that's a good point, Denny. I mean, if it sold, it touched something.
Yes.
In all of us little teenage pilots back then. We look at it now and it's like, good God.
Amusingly, in the reader poll, it won Action Game of the Year from CGW in 1985. So tell me that 3D shooters hadn't been invented yet without saying 3D shooters hadn't been invented yet.
Right.
It would win Action Game.
Oh my God.
A then hardcore sim.
Yep.
I think we were ready for key presses to do different things and pseudo realistic, setting nav points and different missile modes and stuff. We were thirsting for it.
Yeah, I was going to use the word hunger, but I think you're right. There was a hunger for something more complex.
I mean, you got to think too. 85. I mean, I was 15, so I call myself a Reagan baby, even though I wasn't born during then. I mean, we were all Reagan babies.
Yeah.
We were watching Iron Eagle and Top Gun. And we were ready to kill a commie for mommy. And I mean, being able to fly a Strike Eagle. Word.
Yeah, you're right. It really tapped into something. You're absolutely right.
It typed into the national zeitgeist.
Yeah, I guess I forgot about, but at the time, we had Top Gun, Iron Eagle, all those.
Yeah, Arnie going out there and commando and stuff. Yeah,
true.
Rambo. Yeah,
yeah, and the F-15 is a very versatile aircraft, so that was a good choice.
Yeah, that Mudhead can do everything.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Except Mudhead can do everything except for stay on sale at DCS, which we.
Wait, what happened? What?
Yeah. It's not. It's just being catty at Eagle Dynamics. It has nothing to do with retro games.
Okay.
The people listening to us know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, I do not. I don't follow anything.
There's just to summarize it in one sentence. There's a bit of a developer issue between some of the devs, including Razbam, who made the Mudhen on DCS. And
I've heard that name before.
It's money stuff. It's really boring. But
it is boring. But the long and short of it is, it looks like Eagle Dynamics didn't pay him.
Yeah.
And then said we're going to pay him, and then didn't.
And now a lot of people are wondering if he's working on Falcon 5.
Is it Razbam that's doing? Or supposedly, yeah.
Supposedly.
God, I wish it was Heat Blur. They're awesome, but again, definitely not retro.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Sorry for the diversion, folks.
No,
I had to throw. There's a lot of people in there going, Chase is throwing shade at ED.
No.
Hell?
I think we should allow tangents because we're fans of flight sims. So I think tangents are okay. As long as we get back on topic.
I don't want to alienate the DCS, obviously.
Oh, I do.
But, yeah,
I do. Go ahead.
No, I love DCS.
It's an abuse. It's an abusive hot spouse, is what it is.
But I'll say, if we want to get listeners, all we have to do is get the DCS crowd really pissed at us.
Yeah, exactly. They'll hate listen. They will hate listen. They will hate buy merchandise. You know, they will be like,
you do not criticize someone's religion.
Right. You don't do it.
They'll be buying our T-shirts to burn them, that kind of thing.
Right, exactly. But you know what? I just to keep them happy, the Phantom and the F-14 are stupidly good simulations of a cockpit. I mean, they're amazing. Flipping on the VR and looking around a Phantom cockpit and being able to do all the switchology, it just is like,
to get the DCS fans back on my side, I'll point out that I not only pre-ordered the Heatblur Phantom, I bought the version with the T-shirt. So.
Nice. You know, and I said I was never going to pre-order again, and I bought the Cold War terrain, which was actually not a bad idea. That is one of their better earlier access scams. Or I'm sorry, products. It's gorgeous.
Oh man.
But anyway,
should we move on from F-15? Do we have anything else to say?
You know, and so just, you know, again, if you're an old Commodore head, if you're 64 head, it's just I would say it's a must play simply because it is not for this is fun, but just like, you know, again, respect your roots.
Yeah, this is what they were able to do in 19.
This is where it started, right?
Yeah, this is what they were able to do in 1984. Like, my God,
and then take a look at that screen. You will be seeing it iterated on for a very long time.
That's true.
Oh, I have to add one more piece of trivia I found out when I was researching the game, which is freaking amazing.
Go for it.
The Soviet embassy in Washington purchased 4 copies on launch day. Commodore users speculated this was an attempt to learn more about the real aircraft.
Oh, okay.
Why not? That's great. They were hardcore gamers, you know? I love stuff like that. That's great. That is great. I love.
We've learned American secret. God, they sell it at Computer City or what?
We can go to Egghead. We go to Egghead Software. We go to Egghead.
What was there wasn't those weren't around. It was Computerland.
Oh, I never saw Computerland. I started going to
Computerland was the big 80s store, and the reason I didn't go there is because they hated Jack Trammell from Commodore. Because Jack Trammell was he was a shifty guy, and he coined the statement "business is war." So if you went to Computerlands, it was all Apples and K-Pros and things like that. You could buy software there, but God, I bought most of my software back then through the mail, like from Compute Gazette. I lived in North Idaho. We didn't have computer stores.
I was a Trash 80 fanboy for years, so Radio Shack was my go-to for computer.
Yeah,
games.
you could just head over to Radio Shack and buy them.
Yeah.
See, I supported my habit by getting jobs in computer stores.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
See, there you go.
That's how you do it.
I could buy the software at cost or cost plus 10%.
You know, if
price way down.
If you're going to do junk, then make sure you're a dealer, right? You know,
exactly.
Get high on your own supply.
Fantastic. All right, let's move on to Gunship, the original Gunship that came out in 1986. This is a simulation of the AH-64 Apache where you'll fly, and I think there were 4 maps, like Central Asia and the Middle East, and you'll fly random missions. I think this is the first game where they had the random mission thing going on. And it's also known for its challenging gameplay and a flight model that was so difficult and realistic they toned it down for Gunship 2000 because people complained.
I can believe it. Not everybody likes to constantly try to balance on top of a ball while shooting things.
Oh man,
I'm not a big fan of whirly birds.
I have to talk about that.
This is you. I mean, the Gunship is your
Gunship 2000,
Gunship
especially.
2000s,
so
yeah.
I didn't play this much back in the day because my first MicroProse sim was F19. So I went back to try and play this, and I'm like, no. But this time, I really clicked with it. I really did. I clicked with it a lot more this time than I did back in 88, 89. So I had a great time with it. What about you guys? Did you play it back in the day?
So I'll say, other than our flashback to the LucasArts that we started the podcast with, this is I think the first sim that we've done that I had actually purchased back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And flown. Because this one came out for the Amiga. And let me tell you, after going back and playing these retro games, being able to fire up Amiga Forever to play this instead of Commodore 64 Forever.
Oh yeah.
Like we're talking double-digit frame rates,
right?
Yeah, like more than 4 colors on the screen. It's just like it literally 16-bit was what you needed to make a decent sim. And this was the first one that I dove back into and really had fun playing from that era.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. What about you? What about you, Chase?
So Denny, you didn't get FA-18 before this?
Did it come out before? I thought that came out after this.
No, I don't think so.
For the Amiga?
Well, it's the first one we've covered that I played.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, we need a whole episode for FA-18 Interceptor. I'm 30 minutes on the music for that one.
No, I think at that point we will be doing episodes on one sim at a time, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. I think that's what's going on.
Okay. No, actually, here's my memory of Gunship. My first memory of it was I was stationed in Bremerton on the Nimitz.
Oh.
And a buddy of mine was stationed, a buddy who I went through boot camp with was stationed on the Carl Vinson, which was in Dry Dock. So they had to stay in the enlisted barracks there. And he had his Amiga set up. I wanted to play Falcon. He wanted to play Gunship. That's the first time I saw it. And I played it. And I'm like, okay, I hate this. What is with having to start the rotors up and then the engine and then I want to play Falcon. I mean, and then how come I hated the flight model. I hated helicopters. I think, if you open up the throttle, then pointy end goes forward. You shouldn't have to worry about, any other nonsense. And that's that. So I never bought it. The next time I saw it was again with a roommate. This was some years later, and this was Gunship 2000 he had it lying around on the PC, and it was with the Islands and Ice expansion. And so I was not a whirlybird guy. So I bumped into it a few times. And then another one of my Navy buddies, he was like me. He was a fixed wing guy. So it was lots of Falcon and Swaddle, and no whirlybird crap.
So, friends, you can buy this on Steam and GOG, FYI, but just a word of warning. For some reason, and I've bugged them about this, the Steam and GOG versions come with the Commodore manual, not
they do,
not the DOS manual. I have actually the DOS, the big box of the DOS version, and the manual is a bit different. So just FYI, I've bugged them about this. I don't know if they're going to do anything about it. But you can probably, if you look around, find a copy of the DOS manual somewhere. But just FYI, because that's kind of weird that they did that. So
it's probably all they could grab from the Ware site.
Yeah, probably. So this game taught me something about myself. Like I've always I think I've always known this.
Yeah. Did it teach you like watching the Phoebe Kate scene in Fast Times?
I've actually never
Teach
seen
you
that
something
movie. I've actually never seen that movie.
Okay, I'm old. I'm sorry.
No. I was
that definitely taught me something about myself.
No. Back in the day, if it didn't have a talking car or a lightsaber or a unicorn, I wouldn't watch it. So, like, I didn't watch movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High because there was no science fiction or fantasy bent to it. So, or there were no airplanes, or helicopters. So this game made me realize why I can't play stuff like DCS, because my brain can only handle so many spinning plates at once before it starts to shut down. I tried the realistic flight model of this one, and I could barely keep the helicopter going, let alone shoot at anything. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. So it kind of taught me that this is why I don't play more realistic games very often, because my brain can't handle it. This game taught me that.
Well, I'll say also, I did a quick flight in the Commodore version just to compare them to 64 version. Before I did the Amiga, and the frame rate on the Amiga,
it's unplayable.
So much more playable. Yeah. It's really hard to control anything attempting to be realistic at 4 frames a second. So
so maybe I should
you're Ryan, it's them.
So
I don't even think you got that on the Commodore, man. That was that was brutal. Everything about it was top class in terms of the presentation and the bitmaps that they drew. They put a lot of effort into the UI. You get into the sim and it's like Denny's like being generous. It was like a frame a second.
Yeah, it's another one that's impressive that they got that onto a 64.
Yeah.
But it was not. Yeah, there was not enough power there.
I played the DOS version, which was fine, but maybe I should give the Amiga version a try.
Get the Amiga; it's a good one. What is the?
Yeah, because the Steam and
I remember 3 is turn on the engines, and then 1 or 2 are the rotors.
Yeah.
What's the collective? Is it the Plus?
Yes, I believe it's Plus. I think. No. It's F1. It's F1.
F1. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is. God, this is such a goofy.
I know, it's so goofy. It got so much better with the sequel. So, another piece of interesting trivia about this. I have the book Gunship Academy, which is like, I think one of the first strategy guides for these kind of games.
Sure.
And they said that the developers want you to finish a mission in 22 and a half minutes. And I'm like, how?
That was their goal.
Yeah.
In terms of
how? I don't understand how.
I'll tell you this. I can see why we didn't park our asses behind the keyboard like we do now. I mean, I don't recall like super marathon sessions on a game, being as addictive or anything else. I could see where they wanted a quick in and out.
Yeah, that's fair. It's interesting because Gunship 2000 is very clear that they want you in and out in 30 minutes. They actually have a little clock in the upper left-hand corner so you can keep track of that. But I found it funny that Gunship was even more strenuous is the word? No. More tough.
Wow, the Amiga version is good.
I will try the Amiga version. Yeah. So I think this is the first MicroProse game with not only the random missions, but the per mission difficulty settings that they did for a long time.
Yeah, that's we were talking about F15 kind of, setting it, setting kind of the look and feel. And then you look at Gunship and it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, this is Gunship 2000. This is
F-19.
All the F-19s. And this was F-15 2. And they finally got out of it kind of, but even still the same with F-15 3 still had kind of that picture where you clicked on the door. So it was Fleet Defender that really finally got away from it.
And 1942 also. That's around 94, I guess, is when they switched to that kind of model. But they did this kind of thing for a long time. And that's why I think that's one of the reasons I think their earlier sims like these were more so successful, is because you can tweak it as you go. Like I was making the challenge tougher as I played it. Like I would change the map, I would change the difficulty. And the interesting about this game is, my God, when you change the difficulty up one notch, you notice it. You freaking notice it. It was really impressive because like I'm flying on the easiest difficulty level and I'm doing a decent job avoiding missiles. You put it up one notch, it's like boom, boom. Oh, I'm down.
It's like you're done.
I gotta do a little better. I think I played it the last time I played. It was on the highest difficulty level on the so-called hardest map. I was shot down in like a minute or two. Like wow. But I mean, but the nice thing is, like, you can tweak it, like we said. So you can play, you get comfortable at one setting, you up it a little bit, you get comfortable at that setting, you up it a little. That's why I think these sims are like, that's why, like, I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, look at it. Yeah. I mean, just to follow up on that, if you look at it, you play, it's like, you know, kind of for the first time, it's, well, they kind of did it back in the Hellcat Aces and Spitfires and whatnot. But this is like, you're picking your map, you're picking your flight model, you're picking the difficulty of the enemies.
Exactly.
You are tweaking. You are tweaking it the way this is modern software.
Yes.
In terms of instead of enthusiast software. This is from a studio that's starting to get that they have an audience beyond the hardcore flight grog.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
And this is modern software, and just since I didn't play it a lot, I'll leave it to the rest of you. But I would say just playing it now, fire up an Amiga emulator. Make sure it's not a 500. Make sure that you're like emulating a 1200 with its 020 chipset to actually get some decent frame rate out of it, and it's worth playing. It is absolutely worth playing.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed the DOS version. I thought the DOS version played great. I was really having a good time with it.
And as we're talking about games that like brought new things, like the fact that you're flying a helicopter and you can actually go down below what passes as a hill in these
graphics. Yes, and fly around the hill and everything.
And fly around the hill, and if you don't, you get shot at. Like, this was a level of realism that I had not seen in it.
Line of sight realism. I mean, that's you think about that, that's pretty cool. You can do the this, it doesn't tell you anywhere, but low and slow is how you live in helicopters. And whereas if you're up there buzzing around,
you're gonna die real fast.
You're gonna die. You're going to Google Meet. So
this is probably the sim out of these three I played the most, and I got to say, there's a lot I liked about it. I love the flak. I don't know how it looks on the Amiga, but on the DOS version, the flak was really nice. And the fact that it shook the helicopter and everything, that was really nifty. I like that a lot. I really liked the map, but I wish it would have paused the game when you were looking at the map.
That's kind of a bummer.
It does in Gunship 2000, which is really nice. But here it's like, okay, I gotta go to the other target. Oh God, I'm still flying. Oh God,
right?
Oh God. And if you're like turning while you go on the map, the cursor goes all the way over. Like, God damn it, no, it's not what I wanted to do.
Just to also point out for all the people listening out there is that again, this is an early sim. So the amount of actual Apache in your gunship is it's better than the previous. You were talking about 50%. You're not doing front back seat.
No.
You do you know what a TADS is? Yeah, good for you. Go play longbow. You're flying a very generic attack helicopter but it has the named weapons in terms of, but does it have, I don't think it has LBOL and lock and before launch. I think it's just direct line of sight targeting.
Pretty much.
You're flying the A model in.
Yeah, I mean, what we're at, though, is this is also the platform that we played Choplifter and thought that was cool.
Right.
That's a good point.
Choplifter rocks, dude. I know what you're talking about.
This game does some weird...
It's a great, fantastic game, and I'd rather play it than Gunship. But it's just simplification-wise.
Dang.
This game does have some weirdsies. Like, it's got two different types of FARs, but, like, if you play it in the mission, they're all under the same thing. It's all, like, you don't get to separate between the two. That's kind of weird.
It's
I
but it's moving in the right direction.
No,
of a
it
nice
is
casual. Go out there, adjust it how you like.
Yeah.
If you just want to go out there and kind of sightsee with targets, you can do that. However, if you were on, what was this, 1986, try hard. Yeah. The Commodore, just to mention though, I don't know if the Moby. I know that the Commodore version came out pretty late in its depth, like 87 or 88. So we're talking, half a decade after the machine came out. So people knew what they were doing on the Commodore, which is why it looks so good until you actually try to fly it and it's like one frame. I mean, there's literally a warning in the manual that says easy on the paraphrase, easy on the keys, man. Don't go crazy on the keys.
Oh, wow.
Because this thing is so busy just trying to do what it does. It gets around to reading the keys that you've pressed, when it's not so damn busy,
wow.
Trying to maintain its one frame per second. It's comical. I just booted it up. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty, man. They really splurged on the bitmap graphics here, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they did, after a half an hour of a loading, and it's like, oh my god, frame,
Yeah.
frame, press. Yeah. I would have been pissed if I had bought this as a kid.
Yeah, and it did bring back one of my trying to play it on the Commodore. Brought back one of the features I remember liking about the MicroProse games, which was when you can't fly the damn helicopter and you crash, you actually can get a medal posthumously.
Yeah.
In these games, it's not just you lose. It's like, you took out some enemies, and we're proud of you.
Well, it's interesting. I read somewhere that they incorporated elements of role playing games into this with the medals and the promotions.
That's a stretch. I mean, they're acknowledging that there's a human being, and that's kind of cool. I mean, now that you brought that up, it's like, oh, okay, we're not just a plane anymore. I'm putting in my name, and I'm putting in my call sign, and it's keeping track of my sorties. Oh yeah, so there's actually a pilot. And it's that's one thing that Denny and I have espoused on for it's pilot simulators over cockpit simulators.
Yeah,
it's more fun being a pilot.
Yeah, and I think
it is pretending you're an airplane.
And I think this game really started that trend. Honestly,
I would say so. I can't think of anything else before that. But again, I wasn't a big sim guy.
No,
those DI games that we did, I have no information about those. Those ones that we're doing on, just a.
Next month,
maybe.
Next month. I know nothing. I've not played those either, but I'm excited to play them. We'll talk about those.
I need to take a look at those. Yeah, I'm just wondering, but I can't think of anything. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I think Gunship laid the groundwork for that sort of thing. I don't think there was anything before it that did what it did. I will say one negative about this game. It's got the stupidest copy protection I think I've ever seen in my life. The countersign system. So, folks, if you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're flying back to base, when you're given your mission, you're given like a random string of letters as a countersign. And when you're flying back to your base, they ask for that countersign.
Yeah, you get a little flashing screen in the middle of the screen saying like new radio message.
Yeah,
and you have to press M. Yeah,
and if you don't but if you don't do it right, they will shoot you down. That's the thing. If you don't do it right, you will die. It's like
right, and that's and you've got that in the addition of the usual, which was a no-brainer for us military kids.
Oh, pick the right aircraft. Pick the right aircraft.
Pick the right picture at the very beginning. So on the Amiga, you get them both. Well, of course, because it's like 90% of Amiga software was pirated, so they went full hard. If there was some kind of copy protection, you got them all. So
yeah, the DOS version was the same. I really hated that stupid countersign system.
That's almost as bad. I still think the worst one yet, though, is from our first episode, Their Finest Hour, where you had to match the airfield, the numbers, and the colors.
Oh God, right? Oh, yeah. That was
remember
bad. That was really bad. That's right.
I'm glad I had a digital version of that wheel, but it's like, oh my God, guys.
That's right. But I have to say, out of the three of these, and we'll talk about the third one in a moment, but out of the three of these, this is the one I like the most. I thought this is the one I played the most, at least. I
would have thought you'd be a Project Stealth Fighter guy.
Well, we're going to get to that. We are going to get to that. Don't you worry.
I'm thinking the thing is, though, that's the Project Stealth Fighter is just a pale imitation of Brian's.
It really is. We will talk about that. But I was really impressed with just how much they were able to cram into Gunship. And once I started clicking with it, it's not going to replace Gunship 2000 as my beloved.
Let's see.
I did appreciate what it was doing, especially for 1986. The random missions, the medals, the map, all that stuff. I think it did a lot right, which is why I can see why it was such a trendsetter.
So the Amiga version was
of Gunship
89.
Yeah, 89.
So it was 89. So now, and then I'm just taking a look at something else because you're saying that cramming all that stuff in. Where is
86?
I am looking at. Yeah, I got a Commodore. I'm looking at trying to see if this was before. On DOS, Macintosh. I think it was.
Before
of course it was because I had it. The Amiga Falcon.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, that came really late, didn't it?
No, that's 80. That's 89 too. So
okay.
So the same year.
Hell of a year for Amiga Flight Sims.
Amiga Flight Sims.
Damn.
I'm just trying to see which one, because that was the direction I went.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As being a more fixed wing than the old balancing on top of the.
I gotta say, I like the whirlybird. I like the whirlybirds more. I like being in the dirt. I like being down there, and going slow and blowing shit up. I love that. I'm more.
That's why God gave us Harriers, Brian.
He gave us A1M1.
And we are going to get there. We have a whole episode dedicated to Harriers in a little bit.
And A10s,
because a lot of these.
That reminds me. Reminds me. When did Amiga A10 come out?
But they were like
from Sierra.
Well, in my research, between 1985 and 1987, 4 Harrier flight sims came out. So we're doing an episode just on Harriers in a little while.
Just on Harriers?
Yeah, because 4 flight sims came out in 2 years on the Harrier. So it's like, okay, we're grouping those together.
Company dynamic.
I have to say, go ahead.
So I was checking my Gunship trivia, and having worked the computer gaming world, this is not hugely surprising. But this got Action Game of the Year 2 years after F-15 did.
Wow!
They're a bunch of hardcore grognards.
It is right. It is absolutely a killer game.
Yeah, F-15 got it from the readers. That's what surprised me. I'm not at all surprised that the editorial staff gave it to a flight sim.
But you know what else came out
when they hired me? So,
what else came out in '89 is A10 Tank Killer.
Yes, for the Amiga also?
On the Amiga, yeah. Oh. So you had Falcon, you had Gunship, and you had A10 coming out at the end of the year.
I can't wait to get to A10 Tank Killer. That came out in DOS that year too, and oh my god, I love that game. I love that game. Anything else to say? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just one other interesting piece of trivia. The original design for this was this had guns in action, so you might have seen this movie, Brian. Blue Thunder.
Oh yes.
Can you loop the helicopter?
The original plan was to do an urban helicopter simulation based on Blue Thunder, but they couldn't pull off the city graphics.
I can believe it.
I believe
that's a lot of squares.
I believe it.
They actually realism instead of arcade because it was easier.
That's a lot of squares.
They had one city in Gunship 2000, and even then they only had the one because it was kind of rough to do. And I forgot to mention, Gunship was made by legends Arnold Hendrick and Andy Hollis. Like let's just marinate in that for a second. I forgot about that. Just fucking legends in the industry, both.
Yeah. I mean, I think on our intro episode we went off on Andy, the race car driver.
Yeah, we did. But just to mention that Andy Hollis and Arnold Hendrick, both like legendary game designers, worked on this one, which I'm sure helped make it as great as it is.
Yeah, but just kind of summary is just that look, beginning of the modern Sims.
Yeah.
I would think, I mean, in that you can choose all this stuff. It has a decent 3D engine on 16-bit machines.
Yeah.
It tracks your pilot.
Yep.
It's I could see where this could be action game of the year 1987. Oh.
Random objectives, lots of replayability. Yeah, just really
play the shit out of it. Yeah, great piece of software.
Yeah, and let's go to a lesser piece of software. No,
no.
Sorry, I'm kidding. Now, the last sim we're going to talk about, my friends, we're going to go a little bit long today. I had a feeling we would.
Wow, it's already.
I know, right? Project Stealth Fighter from 1987. This was the first flight sim, I believe, that had the F-19 in it. And it had several, this is basically F-19 Stealth Fighter 1.0. And it's got
0.5.
Yeah, 0.5 really, because as I played it, I'm like, I can see why they wanted to remake this, because there's a lot of good ideas here. But it is not, and I didn't think it was implemented very well. It was weird. To me, it had the clunky gameplay of F-15, but the interesting avionics of Gunship. You know what I mean? That it was,
plus I didn't play this much.
I didn't play it at all. Yeah, I didn't play it at all back in the day.
I played it. I didn't play it at all back then. Playing it now, it's like, oh my God. I mean, great presentation. Yeah. This is late stage Commodore software. Yeah. Great presentation. You can see the beginnings of the UI, where you're picking your area and everything else. But oh my God, even with turbo load, every screen is a minute long loading screen.
Oh my God,
that was brutal.
Yeah, they added the fancy, animated flying F-19 opening screen.
Yeah,
but it's a separate program. So
wait, what? Is that why that took long? Is that why that took so long to load? Oh my God!
No, and then you had to break everything up.
How did they get this animation in on a Commodore 64 along with the game? And then it goes back into loading. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's how. Yeah,
it's just a whole different executable.
That was like. I mean, you'll see that. You'll see that again with the first thing that comes to mind is Wings of Prey on the Amiga. Was 2 discs. The first disc was a 3D animation.
That's kind of like.
I will say. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say it's kind of like iWar with the first CD being entirely that intro movie.
The movie, right.
Once you finally do get in, though, I will say this had the best copy protection, because if you're a flight nerd, it's profiles of airplanes. I'm like, okay, that's an F-14.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, look, it's a swing wing. What can it be? That's going to be either a 23 or a 14. Yeah. That's a 14.
It's so weird. I have so much F-19 under my belt that I thought I'd be okay at this. I was so bad at this. I was so bad at this game.
You're looking at the undercooked version of it, right?
It really is. It really is. Yes.
It's like playing.
What was that, Denny?
Yeah, did you?
What was that?
Because I felt like it. I said I played this one more than I played the other two for this podcast. I didn't play it back in the day, but I felt like there was enough here. Yeah. Finally, by integrating some of the advances of both F-15 and Gunship, that there were interesting playable missions. I went in, I dropped a bomb, I got shot down in a really painfully slow dogfight. But what was the different theaters, the different risks. I also love the fact that, if you make it back and you fail your mission, you're in the bar and they tell a joke about what the other guys are nicknaming you because you're a failure. I thought there was some fun stuff here.
It's okay. I mean, it's just playing it is just like it's playing F-117 darkly, through a dark glass, right? It's foggy, but the engine, it's obviously the F-15 engine.
Yes.
But they souped it up so that now you can actually tell when your feet wet and feet dry, which was pretty cool.
That's true. That's true.
That was pretty cool. And night operations, and I just they were going there as far as they could, but yeah, this is playing the preview of a much what later was a much better sim.
And it was so
there's
funny.
no reason.
Oh, God.
There's no reason to go back to this.
No. But it's so funny. I was reading the manual, and they're like, "Fly at 32,000 feet." I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy? What are you talking about?"
Yeah, hello, I'm here. Yeah, turn on your radar and open your bays.
Like that,
and you can feel your F-117A game reflexes going, no.
I had such whiplash read that I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my God.
Okay, but you guys are thinking in the terms of an F-117. This ain't an F-117. This is an F-19. It was not designed by Lockheed. It was designed by testers, the model company.
You can still smell the glue. Right? Yeah.
I mean, literally, if you go back and you look at the testers model that came out before they declassified the Nighthawk, the testers model and the model in this, I think that they actually
they're the same.
Like, they work together, like they got permission from testers to use it because it legitimized the testers model.
Right.
This was what the leaks said that an F-117 looked like. Well, they thought it was the F-19 because they did the obfuscating of the designation, but literally this is what everyone thought an F-19 was at the time. So, the fact that the tactics, it's like, oh, it's stealth, it's invisible, we can go up to 35,000.
Yeah, and it's a fighter.
Yeah.
You can take down interceptors with it's like that was one of the things that always amused me is even on F-117, unless you pick the choice saying no, fly the real thing, you're going out there and it's like, oh look, a MiG.
Yeah, because in F-19 there were 4 bays. You can carry air-to-air missiles, and you had a gun.
Yeah. Now that's the stealth fighter we should have gotten.
I know, right?
And I'll say, I mean, other than the fact that it's curvy, the tail. The initial prototype designs for the F-117 had the inward cannon tail, as opposed to what they ended up with. I mean, like it wasn't.
No, they put canards on it. They put canards on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that supposed to be? Didn't they reuse that for the Aurora? Kind of the same thing.
I think so. Yeah. But I have to say, I was impressed enough with Project Stealthfire that I sought out my own box copy because I felt like I have to have the whole family.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
I have box copies of F-19 and F-117, so I'm like, I need to have the whole family now. Yeah.
So those I never did. I never did get box copies. And that was, like I said, that was my roommate that had the box copy of
the
Fire and Ice and Whatnot.
The F-19 and then is one of the best they've ever made.
I do have. I do. So none of the gunships, but I think at one time, I don't know if I ditched or what happened, but I did have the F-117A box that I picked up at a half price book.
And friends, I know we're talking a lot about F-19, but my God, if you've played both games, it's night and day because with F-19, you're flying around these little worlds, these little randomly generated worlds with airplanes flying around and missile boats and even civilian aircraft here and there. And it's like these worlds you're flying around in, and they feel alive. And this does not feel alive at all. But at the same time, they got a lot right here. They got
so Denny, if you want to look, what was the action game of the year for 1989?
I bet it wasn't
a MicroProse sim.
Yeah,
but
I'll look it up. Keep talking.
I wonder if it was F-19, or did they spin off flight sims at that point into its own category?
It was Prince of Persia.
Oh,
that's a good one.
You know what? I can see that. One. That was that was pretty legendary at the time.
That's fair. Jordan Mechner, Jordan Mechner doing his rotoscoping animation stuff.
With that crazy, like mind-blowing at the time animation. Yeah, I could see that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys. It's because CGW finally created a sim category.
Oh.
Okay.
And it was F-19 Stealth Fighter.
Yay!
Hey!
Huzzah!
There you go.
Wow. So MicroProse took it for F-15. They took it for Gunship, and then they took it for
F-19
for Stealth Fighter. I wonder what the other years were. If it was just like the 80s were all just, at least with CGW, was all MicroProse flight sims.
But I wish I could have gotten. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I can tell you the 90s because whatever the sim of the year was the one that I filibustered our meetings for until people finally gave in and said, okay.
Shut up, Denny.
Fine, Denny, fine. No, I did like this one, but every time I played it, I wanted to load up F-19. Every single time. And that's not a knock against this game. They did a lot right here, I feel like. Like looking at this, I'm trying to look at it as its own thing, not compared to F-19. It's tough. Because, F-19 is this juggernaut to me. But I think it's its own thing. It did a lot right. It took a lot of the good gameplay elements from... I think it kind of took the best of both Gunship and F-15. I know. But, and really made its own kind of interesting whole.
It did.
And I think it did... I mean, it was kind of... I like what they... I mean, I could see why they wanted to remake it, because it's clunky to play. It's clunky to play because they've got the fuel consumption thing that they got rid of in F-19. Targeting is a lot more difficult, I felt, in this game than F-19.
Did they do, I didn't get into it deep enough, but did they do the difference of like flying perpendicular to different types of radars or flying directly into it?
I don't think they did in this one.
I didn't get that.
No, I don't think they did in this one.
The radar simulation, again, this is the one that had you flying at 30,000 feet. So.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
It
did have a inertial navigation system, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
For an 8-bit flight sim.
I know. It did have the stealth bar, and like the lower the bar is, the more stealth. It did have that. But that's all. It didn't have like the if it's the certain type of radar, you fly at it. If it's the certain type of radar, you fly alongside it. It didn't have any of that. But it had the right idea. So I can give it credit for having the right idea. Because what's weird? I feel like besides this, F-19 and F-117, even though as big as those games were, there weren't any other stealth fighter alikes. You know what I mean? Like, I just find that interesting. They were so popular, and yet no one else tried to make games like these.
I'm just thinking there was nothing more than they could do. I mean, with
fair.
19 and 117, you had everything. I mean, you were dodging.
That's true.
You had the F-15-2 kind of shooty gameplay and presentation, combined with how do I stay off of off of radars and threading your way. It's like there's really no point. I'm sure that Stealth Fighter was like in a couple of arcade games out there.
I think so. I don't remember.
And I know there was a Stealth Fighter. I don't know. I vaguely recall one being in Birds of Prey, but stealth made no difference.
Oh yeah.
This was its own thing.
The guy who's making Helicopter Gunship DEX, he wants to make a stealth fighter game. That's his next big step, which I'm excited about. Yeah, which I'm very excited about.
Just go back and play this.
Yeah. Go back and play
that's kind of
the.
I'm looking at. I'm like giving props to some of these guys that are like, oh look, Tiny Chopper or whatever. But it's like, you know what? I'll go back and play LHX or whatever they're trying to copy. I'll just go back and play this.
Yeah, I mean, so friends, this is a good game. If you've played F-19, you really don't need to play this. But
I would kind of wrap it up with just kind of saying that like F-15 historical curiosity, Gunship, worth a try. Yeah, and then this one, like you just said, overridden, redundant.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think it was interesting to go back and see, at least for me as such an F-19 nut, like what they kept, what they changed. Because they did keep quite a bit, but they also changed a lot of things for the better. They streamlined things. They made things more efficient. They got rid of useless things.
They made it more gunshipy too in terms of presentation.
They did, which worked really well, I thought. It worked really, really well. So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting piece of history, but you don't have to go back and play it. Like, I think you could go back and play Gunship, like we just said, but I don't think you need to go back and play this one because we got F-19.
Yeah, I think this one is it's another one that's interesting from a historical standpoint because it got us closer to F-19.
Exactly.
Where we want to go.
F-19, I believe, was the last one that was released on the 64.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That's going to be the pinnacle of 8-bit, like quote unquote realistic flight sims. So I'll be anxious for when we get around to playing that to compare that.
I think F-19 is also the last one Sid Meier had anything to do with. I think, if I recall correctly, I think F-19 was his last flight sim. So I'm looking forward to getting to that episode, but that's not for a while, guys. So, do we have a collective winner and loser of this group? Can we agree on
Commodore 64 is the collective loser?
Yeah. As a sim machine, yeah.
Oh, no.
My God, I loved my C64. I have one of those C64 like recreations that has like an ARM in it and with the full-on real keyboard and stuff. Like I am no way
the same thing I have.
Commodore heads, but it just was not ready for flight sims. Playing that Commodore. Gunship bliss compared to,
and you got to remember, even then, I'm running. I just ran Gunship off of UAE, the Amiga Universal Emulator, and I'm doing it. And I mentioned during that I played it as on a Amiga 1200, which was a 90s Amiga, because it had a 68020. The Amiga could theoretically do pretty good sims to a point with the original processor. Gunship was not great with the original processor, just like Red Baron later on and stuff like that. So, but night and day. I mean, Commodore 64 great for games like Mail Order Monsters and Racing Destruction,
but not flight sims.
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
I wish you could have that the emulators had a workable turbo mode, because that would be cool. Because that's one of the great things about the Amiga, since they shipped it with other stuff. Oh, a quick aside. I know we're already running long.
It's fine.
But while we're talking about emulators and Commodores, I've been using C64 forever and Amiga forever. They like UAE and Vice are public domain. They're free. You don't have to buy anything, and they work great. But if you don't want to hassle with finding ROMs off weird sites and all that kind of stuff, these guys actually license the Commodore ROMs. They have some old games. It's not the best games. It's not the ones you really heard of, but like these are packages that are install it, plug and play, ready to go. You can emulate a Commodore 128. You can choose which Amiga you want to emulate and which operating system. And it's all so super easy. They've got like a nice UI on them. They just released new versions. I think it's version 11 now.
Yeah.
They just released new versions a little bit before we recorded this.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
And it's a few bucks, but just for the ease of dragging this file into the window,
I will tell you what.
And then double clicking it to start it.
I will tell you what, though, getting the joystick to work properly in C64 forever was a struggle. It took me like an hour to figure out. Once I did, though, it worked great. But it's like, what do I do? For some reason,
the pro tip there for folks doing this is in the 64 we had to plug the joystick into port 2.
But with C64 forever, you not only have to do that, you have to go in and tell it the exact joystick that Windows is using, or else it won't work. So it's a little tricky, but it does work. I'm going to get the Amiga one at some point. I absolutely.
I would back up Denny on his on the Clo-Onto products, the Amiga and 64 forever. I don't use them. What I use on them is I bought them to get the ROMs and the Workbench discs on the Amiga legally.
Hey, that's fine.
And also like
those early years.
Yeah, the J Minor interviews. But I kind of feel that both of them are bloatware myself. I much prefer just running the Vice and UAE by itself. But as far as a legit place to get the ROMs from, get them from there.
I'm also guessing
from Amiga forever, and you get all the Workbench discs.
Yeah, sorry, I'm guessing for a newbie like me, they're probably better entry points.
But just be aware that they're fine. I'm kind of an emulator blowhard. I kind of like the stripped down stuff more than. But when I started out, like, was it 2013 or was it even earlier? I think the last version I bought was 2013. The ROMs and Workbenches never change. So, But yeah, if there's anybody out there,
versions have like Amiga OS 4.0 and those
wacky
ones that people came up with after Commodore was already dead. So.
Right. The power PC emulation and stuff like that. Yeah, I am definitely an original chipset guy, an OCS guy for life. I'm throwing up horns right now. OCS for life, homies.
Oh man.
ECS posers. Yeah, AGA posers. You and your 256 colors. We had 5-bit color and we were happy. Right, so.
I'm over in a corner with my trash 80 typing in basic programs.
Right. Hey, you know what? That's Coco for life. Yeah.
That's where I started.
Tattoo
Coco.
that on you.
Yeah. So, are we agreed that the loser of the group is the Commodore 64?
But yeah, it's the loser. And in terms of the Sims, it's F15 just because
100%.
it's old. It's
rough. It's rough.
Not a GILF. It's not a GILF.
And I'm going to say the winner is Gunship. I think out of this group, Gunship, I think is the best of the three. It's still playable today, my friends. I mean, I prefer Gunship 2000, obviously, but it's still playable. And to see how far we've come, it's a really good, this is a serious sim that they made in the mid 80s. Dear Lord,
Yeah.
So friends, that's going to do it for this episode. Next time, we're diving into digital integration. We got 3 games we're going to be looking at for digital integration. 1983's Fighter Pilot, 1985's Tomahawk, and 1988's ATF Advanced Tactical Fighter. I am excited to play. I loved it. I'm a big digital integration fan. Loved it.
That is... what is hold on before we go here. F9 retail. How fast is retail E8er? Is that DI? Yeah, no, that's DID.
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure
out DI versus DID confusion.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes,
I was like, oh, DI. I'm excited for when we finally get the EF 2000. I'm like, nope, that's the other one.
That's DID, right?
Yeah.
So just for everybody, I have no idea about these Sims.
No, I don't either. No, I've never played any of them. So it's going to be interesting. So, friends, thank you so much for listening. We're really enjoying making these. And I hope you're enjoying listening to them. Don't forget, our website is retrodogfight.com. We're not doing a Patreon right now or anything but you can buy a shirt or whatever. We have a link to our little store on the About page, retrodogfight.com. And don't forget to check your 6. I think that's what we close with, right? Yeah. Don't forget to check your 6. Fly safe, good hunting, and we will see you next time, everybody. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Please start list number 2. Goodbye.